Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Peggy Semingson, and I want to share my top 10 list of lessons I've learned from teaching during the pandemic. I'll also add that I've been teaching online heavily since 2008, so the pandemic didn't totally change the way I think about distance and learning and digital learning, but it added some new ideas and nuance. So here's my list. Number one, flexibility. It's really crucial that we stay flexible with ourselves and with our students. As learners, adjusting deadlines is crucial. Building in iterations of assignments so that students can draft towards success rather than one-shot assignments is really crucial. So yeah, just building in flexibility into course design and deadlines is crucial. And then number two, HyFlex. So I kind of tried out or tested the hybrid flexible approach to teaching, where students are joining in on a live stream, it's recorded. It's asynchronous if they want that option. It's synchronous if they want that option for the online students. And so hybrid flexible was really the key and the ticket to my teaching, and I'm still exploring it. I took an EDUCAUSE workshop that was really helpful in defining what HyFlex is and how it can help students. So HyFlex builds on my first one of flexibility. Number three, online learning preceded the pandemic and it will succeed the pandemic. So the pandemic, although it accelerated our thinking about online and digital, online's really been around for a long time. So that whole idea of emergency remote teaching versus long-standing ideas in online learning was something that I think we all need to pay attention to, especially as we move through the current and future stages of the pandemic. And so also along with that, just believing in myself. I knew online learning would be really important and that there would one day literally be a pandemic where we would need to teach in an emergency, and that day came. And so I've been thinking about that I needed, it was affirming in a way that to believe in myself about the need for online learning. So that's number three, online learning precedes and succeeds the pandemic. And then thinking about the student as a whole person, our learners. Number four, compassion and empathy. So it's really crucial to reach out to students, to have compassion and empathy for what they're all going through. And there are compounding things to the pandemic as well. So like jobs and finances, and we had a huge blizzard in Texas in February and people's homes were destroyed. So there's layers to this. So just staying compassionate and empathetic as we move through these kind of collective crises together is important. And then along with that, number five is monitoring. So it's really important to track and monitor how the course is going, how your online teaching is going, and also monitoring if students are keeping pace with things, do things need to be adjusted? So this whole idea of monitoring is really crucial and that kind of thing. And then building on the idea of monitoring, virtual outreach. So I liken myself as a digital or virtual mother hen. So I'm always reaching out to my students through communications. It's built into the course design, like having them check with themselves how they're doing. I have checklists and I send those checklists out to students to help them keep on track. And then I send nudge emails. I send short video overviews of the week and module. So virtual outreach is really crucial for teaching during a pandemic. And then number seven, a focus on tools. So I have really loved using the one-on-one bookings tool where students can make an appointment. The bookings tool is part of Microsoft. It automates the setup of the appointment and it populates in my Outlook calendar. So I love it. Students can reach out for virtual mentoring for a quick question, just-in-time learning. But I love the automated aspect of the bookings feature and that I can put it on my signature of my email. Students know I'm easy to get a hold of. That kind of builds on the idea of virtual outreach, is that I can send out this bookings link and students can link to it and join a meeting at their convenience when I'm available. And then number eight, my favorite topic is videos. I think it's really crucial to go beyond print text, beyond reading, and augment our courses, enhance our courses through video teaching. I've always gotten a lot of positive feedback on my videos over the years. I keep them short, sweet, to the point. make them practical and try to make them on topics that students may find tricky or challenging. They're also good for overview videos for introducing yourself, and then students can use videos too to show and demonstrate learning and in their own introductions to the course. So getting off on the right foot by getting to know each other through video. And then number 9 is that my curriculum was revised through a pandemic lens. And so for instance, in the ESL methods class I teach, we have expanded the service learning project to include virtual and remote ESL learning. And so the curriculum is revised through the pandemic lens. And since we're still in the pandemic, we can think of these things as good teaching. It's good teaching to add a virtual option to service anyway. And so I'm hoping that these will stay beyond the pandemic, some of these features. And then finally, number 10 is this whole idea of reciprocal knowledge sharing and being of service to one another. So when the pandemic first started, I realized that I was going to need to be a helper behind the scenes and in front of the scenes and that kind of thing with colleagues. And so I think that reciprocal knowledge sharing is crucial in terms of helping each other through the pandemic. And that's mainly for educators, but also families, parents, just sharing and exchanging knowledge to each other is a much more lateral approach to knowledge sharing and less hierarchical trickle down approach to knowledge sharing. We're sharing with each other from the trenches, what's working, what's not, tools and tips and things like that. So that's my list. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comments area.